prevents poor performance. Okay? You got to remember, part of the game is failing. So if you want to be successful, if you want to set yourself apart from your colleagues and your business partners, and you really want to be the difference maker, you got to be able to fail better than everybody around you. You're going to have to. Okay? One of the reasons why I'm still here in my business 7 years later is because I understood failure better than everybody else. I was able to get knocked down many times and I got back up. But I anticipated failure. I was never naive to failure. I knew I was going to fail because I'm doing a business that is still very early. I was very early into the business of entrepreneurship, network marketing, trading, investing, all these things, leadership, even speaking. So I knew I was going to fail. So I anticipated it. And all I did was prepare. Like I always teach you guys, if you fail to prepare, you can finish it for me. You prepare to fail. So in order for you to anticipate failure the right way, you got to prepare for it. You got to do the work. You got to read the proper books. You got to listen to the right podcast, the right audios. Okay, you got to seek for mentorship. You got to do the things that are required. You just can't be somebody that is not doing the work. You got to do the work. You got to put the practice in because life is the game. But what are you doing at practice? What are you doing in the morning when nobody's watching? Are you preparing for it? And some people may be like, well, Nino, why would you anticipate failure if you don't want to fail? Well, the name of the game is failure. Part of the game is failure. It's not, we can't avoid it. It's not like we can be like, oh, we don't want to fail our way to success. No, failure is actually the stepping stones to success. So instead of being naive and oblivious to the idea of failure, we need to start loving failure, celebrating failure, okay? Preparing ourselves for when it comes so that we can respond better to it and learn how to get the best out of failure. Think about what we're actually talking about on today's podcast. We're talking about how to get a return on it so that way, every time you fail, you're able to get the best return on your failure. Imagine that. Every time you fail, you're going to be able to get a return on it. That's what this is all about. Making sure that you understand how to also tell yourself the right words when you fail. I'm going to keep going. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm not going to quit. Winners never quit. Quitters never win. I get knocked down, I get back up. I got people counting on me. I will keep believing. I will keep trusting. God got your back. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. God will give you all the strength, all the determination that you need to go out there and defeat any battle. Like they say, God gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers. Why are you complaining that you're going through your problems right now? It's okay. That's part of the game. You're a strong soldier. Stay strong. Stay positive. Don't break. Your breakthrough is coming. Yes, you listening right now, whether you're listening to this in your car, if you're listening to this in your headphones, if you're at home, wherever you are right now, I want you to listen to this right here. I want you to claim this. After I say this, I want you to say, I received that. Your breakthrough is happening right now. It's here. Accept it. Open your hands. I receive it, Nano. I receive that. My breakthrough is here. It's not coming because if it's coming, it's not here, right? No, it's here. It's now. It's happening as you're listening to this. This is what you needed. God told me to communicate this to you to let you know that your time is here. This failure, this tough time that you're going through is here to change you. It's here to elevate you. It's here to put you in a position to win. It's here to teach you the lesson that you haven't learned yet. So anticipate your failure, prepare for it, get ready. Because like I said, proper preparation will prevent a poor performance when it's time. Okay, so that's number 4. All right, we're more than halfway through this training. All right, let's go to number 5 on how to get a return on failure. Okay, Number 5 is develop a process to receive a return on failure. A process. Now, remember, guys, in life, it's not about what you can do, it's about what you can teach, right? So, if we want to develop a process to receive a return on failure, what is that process going to be? Well, there's a 5-step process to receive a return on failure, right? Number 1 is test. Okay, let's test a different strategy, a different technique. Okay, number 2, we're going to fail. Okay, things are not going to go the way that we want them to. Number 3, we're going to learn. After we learn, what do we do? Number 4, we improve. And then number 5, we re enter. Okay, this is how you do it. Very easy. That's the process. Test, fail, learn, improve, re enter. This is the process to receive a return on failure. Let me give you guys a real life example. Okay, let's say, let's talk about in the sales perspective. Okay, let's say I'm testing a new marketing strategy. All right, I test a new marketing strategy with posting ads on my Instagram for people to join a new business that I'm launching, as an example. Right, I'm gonna just put it in perspective so you guys understand. So I'm testing a new ad that is gonna allow me to get more customers and more people to see my business. All right, I'm testing it. Boom, I test it. It fails. I put out the ad for 24 to 48 hours. It barely gets any clicks. I get no leads from it. All right, I get absolutely no leads from it. Nobody reaches out to me. The plan was for me to get people to see what I'm doing and reach out for me, and for me to get bookings so I can get business calls set up, but it didn't happen. So number 1, I tested it, right? Number 2, I failed. Now number 3, I gotta learn, why didn't it, why didn't it work? What was it that I did? Was it the time that I posted it at? Was it the way that I ran the ad? Was it the words that I, used in the ad? Should I change them, right? You got to sit down, and now you got to add, you got to adjust, you got to make, some changes. So then what am I going to do? Okay. Number 4, I'm going to improve. All right. Let me use different wording. Let me use a better hook message to start the message. All right. Let me promote it to a different audience. Let me put a little bit more money into it. Let me improve. And then what am I going to do? Number 5, I'm going to re-enter. Okay. I'm not going to sit there and get frustrated and be like, you know what? It didn't work. This strategy didn't work for me. I quit. I'm done with this. You got nothing out of your failure there. If you fail, you tested something and you failed and then you quit, you got nothing out of it. Right? But if you tested something, you failed, then you learn from it, and then you improve, and then you re-enter, you learn something from it. And then next thing you know, I do that now. And then guess what happens? I get a bunch of bookings, a bunch of people reach out to me. Now I'm making a ton of sales. I have a great month. Things happen for me. You know why? Because I learned from my failure. And I didn't allow 1 failed attempt, 2 failed attempts, 5 failed attempts. Who cares? 10 failed attempts stop me from having that one good attempt. Because that's all it takes. All it takes is one. That one strategy, that one investment, all it takes is one, guys, for everything to change for you. All right. I always tell people about the story with Thomas Edison and the light bulb. It took him 10,000 attempts to figure out the light bulb. And when they asked him in an interview, they said, you know, Thomas Edison, it took you, 10,000 attempts, you know, to figure out the light bulb. He said, you know, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I just found 9,999 ways that didn't work. The 10,000th time it worked. And all I needed was that. All I needed was the one time for it to work. Okay, but guess what he did? Every time he tested a new one, he failed, he learned, he improved, and he re entered. Imagine doing that 9,999 times. Imagine testing, failing, learning, improving, and re entering all those times. That's what a legend did. And today we have the light bulb because of that. So look at what is being created because of failure. Okay. So number 5 is develop that process to receive that return on your failure. Number 6, one of my favorite ones, encourage others with your failures. Remember, guys, if you want to impress somebody, okay, if you want to impress somebody, talk about your accomplishments. But you want to inspire somebody, talk about your failures, talk about your losses, talk about the things that didn't work in your favor. Because I could sit here and I can impress you guys with all my accomplishments.
All right, guys, let's get started with today's call. Welcome to Mornings with Nano, YouTube and Instagram edition. If you guys can hear me, see me good, can I just get a 1 in the chat? If you guys can hear me, see me good, just want to make sure. I'm at a coffee shop right now. I don't know if you guys can hear the outside noise or the things going on around me, but outside of that, okay, everybody can hear me, see me solid. Amazing. Well, today I'm on the road. I'm moving around, but I wanted to make sure that regardless of me moving around, is it hot over there? I mean, in here is nice. Outside is probably like high 80s, low 90s. So yeah, it's pretty hot over here. But I'm on the road today. I'm doing coffee shop tour. Today I'm here in downtown Miami. From here, I'm going to be going to Fort Lauderdale for another coffee shop. If you guys are in the Fort Lauderdale area, I am going to be at a coffee shop in Fort Lauderdale from like 12 to like 4 o'clock. So let me know if you guys, no, 12 to 3, I would say 12 to 3, I'm going to be out there. So let me know if you guys are in that area as well. You guys can come meet up, chop it up. We got some great things going on over there, but just moving around right now, guys. Super excited, but I wanted to make sure that we still did our call. We still poured into ourselves. We made it a priority to just continue to grow, and I'm always grateful. I'm committed to the growth of every single one of you guys that are on this call right now. And let's have a good day. Let me pour into you guys. I got a very powerful training for all of you today. Real quick, if you did your morning routine this morning, put a 2 in the chat. If you did your morning routine this morning, if you poured into yourself outside of jumping on this call and doing that. And now here is the big question of the day. Who did the 4 things that we talked about yesterday, the 4 tips? Who did the evaluation? Who did the brain dump, the congratulations letter, and the calendar for the month? Put a 4 if you did that. Let me see my people that did that really quick. If you did that, because I want to see who actually did it. I know my brother Michael Howard. He actually sent them to me. He like, look, bro, I did all of it, and he felt amazing after it. He did his evaluation, he did his brain dump, he did it all. So it was one of those things which was awesome, right? So shout out to you guys if you did it. Let me know in the chat, guys. How did it also feel? Right? Like, how did it feel? Tell me how it felt in the chat real quick. Like, how did it feel to do those 4 things? Because remember, guys, this is extremely valuable. Like, the things that I covered on that call yesterday, if you missed yesterday's call, is some of the most valuable things that you guys can apply to start the month, right? So I felt relieved. I felt different. Amazing. Still need to write that congratulations letter. Please do. It felt amazing doing our congratulations letter this morning. I love that for you, bro. Love to see that. I felt clarity. That was the purpose behind it, to give you clarity. That should be like one of the main emotions that you guys feel, is the emotion of clarity. Doing the calendar was a great addition for me. Felt intentional. I love that for you, bro. I'm glad that you were able to do that as well. That's good. I'm glad, guys. This is really good. Really good and amazing stuff. All right, guys. And then last but not least, real quick, can we type some gratitude in the chat? What are some things that we're grateful for this morning before we get started? I'm grateful for God and His grace in my life. I'm grateful for my health. I was feeling a little under the weather the last couple of days, but my immune system's been strong, and I'm very grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my family, my mom, my dad, my little brother, my goddaughter, my godson. I'm grateful for my team and all the leaders in Alpha Society. Grateful for my girlfriend, Andrea. Grateful for, my dogs, Hazel and Blue. Grateful for the whole Mornings with Nano community. Grateful for the growth that's happening within our business. Grateful for my little brother Eli, who's on this call with me. Just grateful for it all. Grateful that we get a chance to grow, elevate, and become better versions of ourselves each and every single day. Grateful for my brother Greg. I see you in here, bro. What's up? What's up? What's up? And let's get it rocking. Let's get it rocking. Grateful. That's what it's all about. So today I'm gonna talk about a very powerful training. I learned about this training I wouldn't say recently, but within the last, I would say 2 years. And when I first learned it, it was so powerful for me because I remember I was going through a tough time. I was going through one of those character building times. And I remember having this conversation with my mentor about like what was happening in my life and so on and so forth. He was like, yo, have you ever considered that everything that's happening in your life is the bridge of incidents? And I look at him and I'm like, what do you mean by the bridge of incidents? He said, well, you got to think about it. And he said, bro, you set a goal to become one of the best at what you do, right? Whether it's building online businesses, whether it's to become a successful speaker, whether it's to retire mom and dad, whatever it is, you set a goal. And when you set a goal, remember, you don't just ask for the goal, you also ask for the journey that comes with that goal. So the bridge of incidents are the bridge is basically the incidences that happen on the way to the goal. It's what bridges you to the goal, right? Because remember, right now you're at point A, the goal is to get to point B. But in that space, there's a bridge, and sometimes that bridge is filled with incidents that gotta happen in order for you to get to point B. So you're like, have you ever considered that everything that's happening to you right now is just part of the bridge of incidents? And that was incredible perspective for me. It's really helped me change the way that I look at the things that happen in my life because I understand that all of it is just part of the bridge of incidents. And that's what my training is here today. The bridge of incidents, right? Trusting the flow of life. All right. So if you guys are ready for this training, I want you to put a 1 in the chat because this is going to be a good one and I want you to take notes on it. Today's training is titled The Bridge of Incidents, Trusting the Flow of Life. All right. The bridge of incidents, trusting the flow of life. And trust me when I tell you guys are really going to appreciate this because I'm going to go over 4 ways to trust the flow of life. All right. 4 ways to trust the flow of life. Let's get right into this training. Number 1, we got to understand that life is orchestrated, not random. Life is orchestrated, it's not random. We got to remember every event, every delay, every coincidence is a part of a greater design. I'm going to repeat that again. Every event, every delay, and every coincidence is all part of a greater design. So everything that's happening to you right now, all right, everything that has happened to you this year that you're experiencing right now is all part of a greater design. It's what we like to call God's plan. A lot of us we talk about it. We post it on our Instagrams. We're so loud about, oh, it's God's plan. But do you really trust God's plan? Because it's easier said than it is done, right? Because if it's God's plan, then you need to have full trust. You need to have full surrender if it's really God's plan. All right. Nice bracelet, bro. What do those letters mean? WWJD means what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? It's one of my favorite bracelets, honestly. So understanding every event, every delay, some of us, including myself, one of the things that I deal with the most and I battle with sometimes with God is like, man, why so long of a delay? You know, you guys ever felt like that? Put a 2 in the chat if you're like, yo, this is taking a long time. Like I thought I'd be rich by now. I thought I'd be out of my parents' house by now. I thought I'd be making more money by now. I thought I'd be at the next level. If there's anything I battle with God with, is that right there. The delay, the way he's delayed my process, right? I've battled with him a lot with that. Okay. But it's understanding that every delay, every single delay is also part of his plan. It's part of a greater design, right? Understanding as well, look, when something happens that you didn't expect, something you weren't expecting to happen, don't resist. Recognize it as the bridge that's carrying you to that next step. I've seen this happen so many times. Even things that you think suck and that you don't like to happen to you, those things always end up working out for you. Sometimes missing that appointment, missing something that happened in your life, and then you end up meeting somebody because of it. I've seen these so many times. I remember one of my favorite quotes said, rejection is redirection. Rejection is redirection. And there's been so many times in my life where I was rejected. But all it was doing was it was redirecting me to the next person, to the next business owner, to the next opportunity, to the next event, to the next something, right? So we got to understand life is orchestrated, it's not random. Everything that's happening to you, it's happening to you for a reason. All right, it's happening to you for a reason. There's a bigger purpose behind why that is happening. I was having this conversation actually yesterday with one of my students, and recently one of my students, he got demoted from his current job because he didn't meet the quota. And he texted me yesterday, and he's like, "Bro, I'm having a character building day, and so on and so forth." And I'm like, "Yo, let's talk about it, and we'll talk about it later on." And I was just telling him, I'm like, bro, you got to remember, bro, that everything that's happening to you is happening for a reason, right? I said, if you didn't meet the quota, that's just the effect. But what caused it? Why didn't you meet the quota? Was it because you didn't make enough phone calls? Was it because of your energy while you were working? Because you see, it's not about the work that you do, it's about the vibration in how you do the work as well. That matters a lot of people don't understand that. That is so important right there. I told them, I said, bro, it's not about the work that you do. You could do the work every single day. It's about in the vibration that you do the work. Were you doing the work in the right vibration? Were you vibrating in a state of positivity, abundance, everything works in your favor? Or were you doing the work from a vibration that was sad, stressful, underwhelmed, and so on and so forth? And when we talked about it and when we broke it down, he said, bro, it wasn't the work because I made the phone calls. It was my vibration during the work. And a lot of people don't understand that right there. That one key right there is everything. It's not about the work that you put in, because you could put in the work every single day. It's about the vibration that you do the work in. And I can tell you guys from experience, because I'm somebody, I show up every day. And there's times that I've shown up and my vibration was low. But because my vibration was low, it didn't even matter that I put the work in. It didn't even matter that I showed up. I didn't create any results or any positive lasting change because of my vibration. But then there's been times where I showed up and my vibration was high and I was feeling good. I was feeling blessed. I was on top of the world. I finished my full morning routine. I was doing what I was supposed to do. And guess what? Because of that, I was able to create. So then he asks me and he says, well, bro, how do I keep my vibration, good? Like how do I make sure that I work in the right vibration? And can anybody guess what I told him? Can anybody guess what my answer to him was? Anybody take a little guess real quick? What was my answer to him when he told me that? Like, yo, what should I do in order for me to keep my vibration high at all times? Gratitude, yes, but I told him to do something. Yes, Mina, there you go, Mina. I said, bro, it's in the morning routine, my brother. I said, bro, why do you think I preach the morning routine so much? He said, yo, and then this is the conversation we're having. So then he tells me, he's like, bro, but like I do the morning. He's like, yo, you really think that stuff works, bro? He's telling me, like, this is the conversation. He's like, bro, I just, bro, I dread doing my morning routine, bro. It's just sometimes it's so boring, like just doing it every single day. I'm like, bro, that's the point. That's the point. The morning routine is not supposed to be this fun, exciting thing that you want to do every day, bro. The morning routine is to help you keep the vibration. He said, I told him, I said, you know what your biggest problem is? This is your life right now. What the morning routine does, it helps you balance it out. You want to get to the point where regardless of what's happening in your life, you're like this. You want to be moving like this in life, not too high, not too low. Right now, you're like this. You get very, very high on your highs and you get very, very low on your lows. You want to be like this, bro. Just flowing through life right here, like this. This nice positive wave. You don't get too high, you don't get too low. You're just there. You're just enjoying the flow of life, bro. And what helps you do that is your morning routine. That's the name of the game. But he says, but then he's like, but bro, I do it every single day and I don't see any changes. And I was like, bro, the problem is you're not doing it with intention. Everything has to be done with intention. You can't just do your morning routine because you hear Nano talk about it on Mornings with Nano, bro. It can't just be a morning routine because you know you got to do it, bro. There has to be an intention behind your morning routine. You have to be intentional about what you're going to meditate, what you're going to visualize. You have to be intentional about the books that you're reading, right, at the time. You got to be intentional about every journal session. You got to be intentional about the audios that you're listening to. You got to be intentional about your workouts. You got to be intentional even about the first meal that you put in your body. You got to be intentional down to that point. Because if you're just doing it to do it, then you're not going to be able to get nothing from it. A routine done with no intention creates nothing. A routine done with intention creates what you want. Everything has to be an intentional action. From the words that you speak to the thoughts that you think about to the Bible, to the book in the Bible that you read, everything, bro, to your prayers. It can't just be a routine. It can't just be, well, Nano told me to read, journal, and meditate every day. And you just randomly just reading any random book, meditating on any random thing. No, bro, everything has to have an intention, bro. If you want to see the value in your routine, bro, you have to have intention behind it. What are you listening to in the morning? Are you getting on your phone? Are you listening to music? What are your thoughts telling you? What are the words you're speaking? Everything has to have so much intention behind it. And that's what allows you to have that flow. Because if not, what happens is because you're not intentional with your morning routine, because you're not slipping up, your lows are low, bro. Your lows, they're so low on your life. And then when you're high, but then this is your life. Your life is a bunch of highs and lows, back to back to back. You have to find that nice equilibrium where you're just flowing through life. You're just flowing through life. You don't get too high, you don't get too low. You're just there because you understand that everything in life is happening for you, not to you. Understanding God's plan. I do my best to live my life. And I told him, I'm like, bro, I'm not even there yet. Like I would say I'm a little bit more like this. I would consider my wave a little bit higher and lower. Like I'm not like this though. This not me. I used to be there though. Don't get me wrong. I used to be there. When I first started my journey, this used to be me, believe it or not. But through the years and doing my morning routine, I feel like I've gotten to the point where now I'm here. I'm in this nice little wave, and sometimes the lows get me, sometimes the highs, but I'm there, and I have a good rhythm. But it's because of how much I've worked on myself. It's because of all the books, all the audios, all the visualizations, the meditations, the Bible studies, God, and so on and so forth. I want to get to the point where I'm right here, just flowing, nice little flow of wave. But it's understanding that, and I'm grateful for that. But if you slip up and you don't see the value in the routines, you're gonna slip up. And I'm like, bro, I did a call the other day on the boring work. He like, yeah, bro, I missed it. And I'm like, what happened, bro? You never miss mornings with Nana. What's going on? He's like, bro, I just been all over the place. Well, because you stopped doing the things that got you to where you are, bro. You never stop jumping on. You never not jump on mornings with Nana. Now you slipping up on mornings with Nana. That's how I know you're not in the right state of mind, bro. That's why these things are happening to you, bro. When you were on mornings with Nano every day, you were on point. You were doing your morning routine. You would post it on your social media. But now everything is not going right for you. You're not meeting quotas. You're not supposed to do. And I'm asking you, are you doing your morning routine? You telling me no. You're jumping on mornings with Nano. You tell me no. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, bro. This is why things are happening. And we have to understand that. We have to take full responsibility for everything that happens in our lives. Everything that's happening is in our lives is not because of the news, it's not because of social media, it's not because of your friends, your family, it's not because of anybody, it's because of you. There's an area in your life that you're slipping up on. You're not paying attention to. You're not giving enough attention. You're slipping up, and that's why the things are happening in your life. You have to understand that nothing is random, everything is orchestrated, and everything is there to teach you something. You gotta teach that, guys. It's so important. So, number one is life is orchestrated, not random. Number two, understand this: your job is alignment, not control. Your job is alignment, not control. You don't have to control how the path unfolds. You just have to align your energy, your mindset, and your actions with where you want to go. I'm literally running a whole training off of the conversation I had with my mentee yesterday. I'm literally telling you, this is what I was literally having this conversation. I gave him a whole training on this. But bro, you don't have to control everything, bro. You just got to make sure that your energy, your mindset, and your actions are aligned with the person you want to be and where you want to go. So we sitting down and we talking, and I'm like, all right, bro. So how much time are you dedicating to your job a week? Oh, bro, 40, 50 hours a week consistently. And I'm like, yo, how much hours are you dedicating to your part-time business? He's like, nah, bro, I haven't been able to spend the time doing that. And I'm like, bro, that doesn't make any sense, bro. Like, how do you spend 50 hours a week on your job, but you're spending no time on your fortune, on your business, bro? That job is not for you. Oh, but bro, I don't like the rejection. People aren't joining my business, and I'm like, bro, so what? Keep working on your business, bro. That's your business. Stop thinking that rejection is such a bad thing. That is part of the business. I told them, bro, I'm like, yo, you think you getting a lot of rejection is bad, bro? You got a rejection for a week is bad. I was like, bro, I've done quarters where nobody joined my business. Quarters, 90 days, 6 months where no one joined my business, where I made every phone call, did every presentation, did everything, and nobody joined my business. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles, bro. I've done quarters where no one joined my business, bro. What are you over here telling me that oh, but nobody wants to join me in this and this and that, bro? I was like, bro, don't tell me that, bro. Because I know if there's anybody that's dealt with rejection, is me. You dealt with 5, 10, maybe 15 rejection. Imagine going a whole quarter, busting your butt every single day, getting people on presentation, showing the plan, going to events, doing what's required, and still not getting the results, bro. For 3 months, making every phone call, showing up every day, Monday through Sunday, and still not getting it. I'm like, bro, you're not going through nothing, G. I promise you, you're not, bro. You're just giving up too fast. Is understanding this. I can't control if I'm in a season of no's. I've had seasons where it was just yes, 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 yes. I've had seasons where it was a bunch of no's. That's the name of the game, bro. It's a numbers game. When you in sales and in life in general, you're gonna have seasons where it's a rejection season. You're gonna have a season where it's yes season. Everybody wants to join you. Learn how to ride the seasons. You can't control how the path unfolds. All you can control is making sure your energy stays high, your mindset stays high, and that your actions are in alignment. And it was such a beautiful conversation because I'm sitting there telling him these things, and I'm like, yo, this is good. Like, I got to teach on this tomorrow on Mornings with Nano. He asked me a great question. He like, bro, so how do I manage my energy when those things happen? And I'm like, bro, it's simple. I'm like, bro, if you're gonna go into a day, you have to prepare your mind for it, right? So you have to prepare your mind for the scenarios. Let's assume you have a great day. If you have a great day, you know your energy is gonna be good. You're gonna get closes. You're gonna sign up the people that you gotta sign up. You're gonna meet the sales quotas. You're gonna feel good. You're gonna feel blessed. We know how that's gonna go. We already know how one scenario is, but you can't be oblivious to what the other scenario is. The other scenario is you're gonna make 100 phone calls today and nobody's gonna say yes. Everybody's gonna tell you no. You're gonna have bad customers. You're gonna have people tell you they don't got the money, they don't have enough time, they don't see the vision. You got to start telling yourself from now before the day starts, if this is the scenario, this is how I'm going to react to it. This is how I'm going to respond to it. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to understand that it's part of a numbers game and that better days and this too shall pass. So that now when it does happen, you already knew it was going to happen. It's not setting yourself up for failure. It's anticipating it so that just in case it does happen, it doesn't, and you don't allow it to affect you. Like, I do that. I anticipate things. I'm like, okay, Nano, we're shooting to do this, but if this happens, this is how I'm gonna manage it. This is how I'm gonna respond to it. So I don't let it get the best of me. Because if you let it get the best of you, you lose. So I learned how to respond instead of react. Alex Morton taught me that. He said, Nano, you react, you lose, you respond, you win. Learn how to respond to situations. So before a character building situation happens to me, I already responded to it mentally in my mind before it even happened. Just in case it does happen. A lot of the times it doesn't. But if it does, I'm already ready for it. I already responded mentally to it. I know how I'm going to respond. I know how I'm going to deal with it. I know how my emotions are going to be towards that specific situation or circumstance. So I don't let it affect me as much. This is something powerful to practice because life is going to throw a lot of curveballs at you. And if you're not able to keep yourself emotionally controlled, it's going to get the best of you every time because that's how life is. It's going to be filled with them. So make sure that you are in alignment with your words, with your actions, with your mindset, with your energy. What would the 7-figure version of Patrick, the 7-figure version of Amber, of Regine, Michael Howard, Mina, Richard, T, who else is in here? Ricardo, David. How would the 7-figure version of you manage certain situations that you're going through right now? How would they think? How would they speak? How would they dress? How would they do it? It's important to understand that. So your job is alignment. That's number 2. Number 3, remembering that obstacles are stepping stones. Can't grow without the obstacles. So you got to look at every obstacle in life as a stepping stone. One of the best pieces of advices that I ever received, truth be told, is Nano, nothing is good or bad. It's what you make it. Nothing is good or bad. It's what you make it. You choose whether it's good or you choose whether it's bad. That's all it is. Nothing is good or bad. It is what you make it. You could find the good in every situation that you want in life. Exactly, meaning the law of polarity. Nothing is good or bad. It's what you make it, family. I promise you, you can look at every situation in your life, and as bad as it may seem, you could find one positive thing in it, and that's what you focus on. That's what I do. I remember yesterday he was asking me, he was like, bro, but how do you do that? I'm said, bro, I just pause. When something happens to me, I pause. Like I legit stop. I pause. And I ask myself, yo, yes, this is happening to me, but what is the positive out of this situation? What's the positive here? What can I get from this? What is the lesson here? This is so important to understand, guys, because the thing that we're gonna deal with the most, especially when we're working and we're in our first couple of years of entrepreneurship and we're in our first couple of years of personal growth and elevation, one of the things we're going to deal with the most is obstacles. There's going to be more obstacles than wins in that journey. So how can you manage the obstacles? Understanding that nothing is good or bad, it's what you make it. Every setback is usually a bridge that sets you up for a breakthrough. Understanding that challenges are not punishment, they're preparation. That's all it is, bro. It's all a change of perspective, guys. Remember, perspective is what you see, perception is how you see it. Perspective is what you see, perception is how you see it. Don't forget that. You got to change your perspective and your perception of things. Because if you choose your perspective to be a negative one, then your perception is going to be the same way you see it as well. You're going to have to see the whole situation as negative. You got to see your perspective has to be positive so that the way that you see it when it comes to your perception is also positive. What you focus on is what's going to grow. We know this. We know this. What we focus on grows. So I've had situations happen in my life that most people would call them negative, but I'm here over here calling them positive. Because the thing is that the mind is programmed, and we've programmed it because of the way we were raised, because of our family, our friends, our parents, to always look at the negative in everything first. But I've been programming my mind to look at the positive in everything, because this journey is hard. And if you get caught up in the negatives, then you'll always be negative. I've learned how to program my mind for the positive. Yo, this happened in my life. Okay, there's 99 things that are negative, negative. This is negative. That is negative. This is negative. That is negative. This, but then there's one positive thing. Okay, let me focus on the one positive thing. What's the positive from this? This is the positive. Okay, this is what I'm focusing on. This is what I'm focusing on. But Nano, yo, you're going through a tough time. No, I'm not. God is preparing me. What do you mean a tough time? This is all preparation. Remember, it's all perspective. But Nano, you failed, bro. You know, you failed. What happened? Well, remember, bro, fail, FAIL, is your first attempt in learning. No, this is just an attempt in me learning. I didn't fail. I just learned. I'm just in the process of learning, bro. It's all perspective. You see how I'm able to shift everything? Yo, but you failed, but you lost money, but it didn't work out for you, and this and that, and but it's negative. And no, here's the positive. I always focus on the positive of it. So important. Most people don't lack actions, or they just lack perspective and perception. I promise you, some of you on this call right now, I love all of you, but if you were to just shift your perspective, your whole life will change. Because a lot of us, we see the cup half empty instead of half full. You ever seen that picture on Instagram of the two guys looking out the bus? One is looking out the bus and it's beautiful, it's sunlight, it's rainbows and everything. And then the other guy is looking out the bus and it's dark and it's raining and it's cloudy. Some of us are sitting on the left side of the bus and it's cloudy and you think that the world is against you and you're just in a bad mood because you're looking at it from the wrong perspective, man. You're looking at it from the wrong perspective. No matter how bad you think it is, I'm telling you, there is positive in it. It's just what you're focusing on. And what you focus on, it grows. This is important that we understand. Obstacles are stepping stones, they are preparing you. You asked for something. These are the bridge of incidents that need to happen. These are the bridge of incidents that need to happen. He asked me another great question yesterday, and he's like, "Bro, what do you think the difference between me and you is?" And I'm like, "Here's the difference between me and you, bro. I learn faster than you. I adjust a lot faster. You've been like this for months and you still haven't made the adjustment. Me, I realize my faults, I learn my lessons, and I adjust fast. You take too long to adjust. You get too caught up in what's happening in your life. When things happen in my life, my goal is to get out of it as soon as possible. Find the lesson, learn from it, and keep going. If you're still going through the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, bro, and you're not making any changes, then that's literally the definition of insanity. The only difference between me and you, bro, is that I learn faster. I just learn faster than you. You keep going through the same shit. Sorry for my language because I just get frustrated. But you keep going through the same stuff and you're not learning, bro. You're not learning. You're not making the adjustment. You're not making the adjustment. That's all it is. The difference between me and you is that I make the adjustment a lot faster. That's all. That's why I've been able to move a lot faster. I've been able to adjust a lot faster because I adjust quickly. I don't keep making the same mistakes over and over and over and over and over again. I learn, I adjust, I get the lesson, I move forward on to the next one. Some of us on this call, you guys have been going through the same stuff over and over and over again, and you still haven't learned your lesson. You still haven't learned your lesson. You're still going through it. You're still dealing with financial problems. You're still dealing with problems in your business. You're still dealing with problems in your personal life. You're still dealing with problems in your relationships. You know why? Because you're not making the adjustment. You're not adjusting. You're not changing. You're not learning the lesson. You just keep going over and over and over again through it. Come on, family. Let's wake up a little bit here. What can we do to find the lesson within? What can we do? It's all about reflection. It's all about reflection. It's about realizing what the lesson is. What the lesson is. There's a training I do. It's called the 5-step process. Find out why those things are happening, create a plan around it, and execute. We complicate things way too much. I find the lesson in everything that happens to me. I apply and I change it. And then guess what? I don't go through it anymore. And then it's on to the next challenge and the next challenge. And then I find the lesson and I apply and I change it. And it's just over and over. And that's life. Over and over and over and over again. But I can't stay stuck in the same loop. Some of you guys been stuck in the same loop for months. Still haven't made a change. You know that you've been slipping up on your morning routine and you still don't do it consistently. You know you got to be in the gym and you still don't go to the gym. You know you got to be eating healthier and you still don't eat healthier. You know you got to be reading more. You know you got to be studying more. You know you got to go to sleep earlier. You know you got to stop smoking. You know you got to do these things and you still don't do it. You still don't do it. And you know it too. That's a dangerous place to be. Knowing and not doing is a dangerous place to be because there's a gap. It's called the knowing and doing gap. And the more that you know you should be doing better and you don't do it, that gap starts to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And the bigger that gap gets, the harder it's going to be for you to take action. Your goal is to close that gap, close that gap, close that gap, close that gap, close that gap. You know what you got to do and you're doing it. You know what you got to do and you do it. You know what you got to do and you do it. That's the name of the game, guys. So remember, obstacles are stepping stones. It's all about the bridge of incidents. And then the last point that I want to make here is that walk the bridge with faith. This is point number 4. Walk the bridge with faith. So far, I've covered 4 ways to trusting the flow of life. We said number 1, life is orchestrated, not random. We said number 2, your job is alignment, not control. We said number 3, obstacles are stepping stones. And last but not least, number 4 is walk the bridge with faith. The bridge of incidents requires trust. You can't always see the other side while you're crossing it. You got to keep moving forward with patience and faith, even when the bridge feels shaky. That's why one of my favorite quotes in the Bible is John 13:7, where Jesus says, "You may not understand now, but later you will." I literally tell myself that quote all the time. You may not understand right now, but later you will. And I say that to all of you guys right now on this call. You may not understand why things are happening the way that they're happening in your life, but later you will. I promise you, when you live this way and when you tell yourself these things, you remove so much stress from your life. You don't understand how much peace you're going to live your life with when you understand this, what I just said right now. It's the reality of the situation for all 100 plus of you that are here today. You may not understand now, but later you will. Everything that I went through up until this moment, I've been on my journey now for almost 8 years. Now that I'm here, I'm at the later I will stage. When I was going through a lot of the things that I went through, I couldn't understand it. I'm like, yo, why am I going through this? But now that I've gone through it and I've learned my lessons and I've grown from it, later I will. I just trusted God. This is why you guys building a relationship with God is so important. You know, my biggest compliment that I get nowadays is not, "Hey, Nano, you're handsome," or "Hey, Nano, you changed my life." The biggest compliment I get nowadays is when people tell me, "Yo, Nano, because of you, I started building my relationship with God. Because of you, I got baptized. Because of you, I gave my life to Jesus Christ." And I say that with all respect to whatever everybody believes in. But that's the best decision you can make. That peace that having God in your life brings you is absolutely insane. It's the best feeling ever. It's the best compliment that I could ever receive. And we have to understand that, guys. Why you think I'm not sitting here on this call and preaching to you guys and telling you guys every single day to do it. I want to lead by example and show you guys that, yo, look, because I surrendered, because I'm building that relationship, look at what God is doing for me. I wouldn't be in the situation that I'm in today if it wasn't for my Lord. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be in this situation. I wouldn't have the strength. I wouldn't have the trust. I wouldn't have anything today. It's all because of him. I didn't understand that back then, but now I do. I highly encourage you guys to start building that relationship with your creator. Have faith in the journey. Stop living your life with so much worry, and that's all the enemy. I was sitting with my sister this past weekend. This past weekend, and she was having a conversation with one of our students, and she was literally telling her, she was like, "Yo, like you gotta give it up to God and let the enemy and stop letting the enemy take so much control. All those thoughts that you have of worry, of doubt, of fear, of insecurities, all these thoughts, those are not from God. Those are from the enemy. The enemy is getting the best of you right now. You need to give it up to the Lord. Give it up to God. God wouldn't install thoughts of worry in you. God wouldn't install fear thoughts and insecurity. He wouldn't do that to you. You have to give it to the Lord. Let him guide you. Let him cleanse you. Let him forgive you. Let him do those things. The enemy is in control of way too many. And it's real. The biggest war that people are fighting today is not the war of their jobs or of our economy. The biggest war people are fighting is the spiritual war. The spiritual warfare out here, fam. That's the biggest battle we fight, is the one with our mind every day. You think it's easy every single day to wake up and we are at a war every day. Every day I'm in a war with myself, bro. Fighting the old version of Nano. Every day I'm fighting, bro. You know how hard it is to wake up every single day? I was telling my sister Amber this the other day. I'm like, yo, manita, I fight the old version of Nano every day. I'm in a fight with him. Waking up every day and fighting the old version of Nano. There's days that I lose. There's days that I win. There's days that, it's an equal battle, right? But, yo, it's not an easy battle. We're fighting every day. I got to prepare myself every day for that fight. Because if I don't, I lose. We are all, guys, the same things you guys battle with, I battle with. That's the biggest battle we're in right now, is the battle within ourselves. It's a fight. But the thing is, some of you guys are trying to fight it by yourself, and you're going to lose every time. Because you're not doing your routine, you're not building a relationship with your creator, and you think that you're going to beat these enemies in these battles alone. No, it's not going to happen. You know how it's going to happen? Doing your morning routine, because your morning routine strengthens you. Building that relationship with your creator so that you can have that extra help. You feel me? And joining a community. Having people to fight with. You need that, because these battles are tough and they're dark and they're strong, and if you're not ready, they will get the best of you and they will destroy you. There's people that are not on this call right now because their battles are getting the best of them. There's people that saw me drop this link and they couldn't hop on because the enemy's in their ear. Nah, you don't gotta hop on that call. Don't hop on. Don't hop on that call. You don't need that call. He's just going to repeat the same thing all over again. You don't need that. And the enemy won, unfortunately. The enemy won. Some of you guys needed this call and you hopped on. This is important that we all understand, guys. So point number 4 is walk the bridge with faith. Walk the bridge with faith. Trust it. It's a bridge of incidents. Everything that's happening from now till we get there is all part of the bridge. You're just going through the process of life. Understand it. There's great, there's character building moments, but there's nothing bad. Everything is there. You're either going to win or you're going to learn. Win, learn, win, learn, win, learn. There's nothing bad in life. Nothing is bad. It's all what you make it. Remember that. You either win or you learn. You win or you learn. You win or you learn. Some seasons is learning seasons. Some seasons are winning seasons. Some seasons you're going to have a mixture of both. embrace all of them, but we either win or we learn. All right, guys. So that is my training today, the Bridge of Incidence. Put a 444 in the chat if you guys got value from that today. Put a 4. And you win by learning, exactly. And you win by learning. So I appreciate you guys for hopping on. I pray that you guys got value from today's call. I know what this training did for me years ago when I learned the importance of the Bridge of Incidence and me changing the way that I see things, right? Remember, perspective and perception. Perspective is what you see, perception is how you see it. Make sure your perspective is positive so that you can see things in a positive way. It's so important. It'll change everything for you. All right, fam. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Make sure that if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you guys do. My Instagram is at Long Live Nano, and my other Instagram is at Mornings with Nano. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Leave a like on the video. Leave a comment below as well. If you guys want to join my retreat channel, my sister Jasmine is going to drop the channel information in there. Just a heads up, we are already working on the next retreat for next year. So I know a lot of people weren't able to make it to the November retreat, which is already sold out, but I'm already going to be opening up the next retreat, which is going to be happening in the first quarter of the year. All right. Is this from a book? If so, what book? No, it's not from a book. It was more from a mentorship session. So, I'm working on another location. Once I get everything confirmed and everything like that, I will be announcing it soon. I want to announce it, obviously, before the end of the year so we can start working on it and you guys can have at least a solid 5 to 6 months to pay off the next one, right? The next one is going to be even bigger, even better. It's just going to be, it's only going to get better, right? So I'm excited for this next location. I'm thinking a pretty solid and beautiful location. So, stay up to date. I'll keep you guys updated on that. But with that being said, that is the end of the call. I'm also working on some courses as well. So stay tuned. Me and my business partner we actually did a course a couple years ago, it was a year ago we did it. And we're thinking about releasing it here at this last quarter. It is some next level information course that we created. We just never released it to the public until it was the right timing. So we're thinking about releasing it here in the fourth quarter. I'll keep you guys updated on what that course is going to be about. But just know is information that you can't find in books. It's next level information. And I did it right alongside my brother, who was personally mentored by Bob Proctor, personally mentored by some of the top entrepreneurs and billionaires in the world. And he allowed me to do this course alongside him, and we're going to do it together. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be releasing some information on that soon so you guys can be able to grab that course as well. Yes, Mateo Gribley. So it's going to be lit. I look forward to it. So, but with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your days. Remember, everything that happens today is the Bridge of Incidence. Bridge of Incidence. So quick little prayer, and then we'll end the call right there. Quick prayer. Everybody bow your heads and let's pray. Father God, just want to say thank you so much for blessing us with another beautiful day that we can grow and we can elevate. Because we made the wake up list today, the wake up list today, Father, I know that you're not done working on us. So thank you for all the work that you're doing for us. Thank you for the overtime. Thank you for your guidance, your love, your protection. Thank you for all the incidents that happen in our lives. We understand that nothing is good or bad, it's what we make it. So we're even grateful for the challenges. We're grateful for the obstacles that you put in our lives because they're helping us grow. They're helping us become better. And we understand the delay in the process because you only give us things that we are ready to receive. So if we haven't received it yet, it's because we're not ready yet. So we're going to continue to work on ourselves. We're going to continue to build that relationship with you until we're ready to receive, Father. So we're grateful for you. We thank you. Everything that we do is for your praise and for your glory. And let's go out there and have a productive day. In your name we pray. Amen. 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 All right, guys. So that wraps it up. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your days. And if there's anything that I can do to help you guys out, keep me updated. I hope you guys have a beautiful, productive day. And let's keep running it up, fam. I'll see you guys tomorrow here for another episode of Mornings with Nano. God bless, fam. Let's run it up. Thank you.